Screen is recorded as a video. All right. In case you're in the wrong place, this is Business 302. My name is Dr. Zach Esser. You don't have to call me doctor or no nothing. Title does not make a man or woman. Despite me asking, they still put doctor in front of my name on my door. I actually on purpose don't want it because you know what doctor means? I was patient and stupid enough to work on a very narrow topic for, depending upon what you are doing, anywhere from a year and a half to 5 years. That doesn't mean you know anything else. I've seen a lot of doctors who know nothing. I've seen a lot of high school graduates. They know a lot more than PhDs. So PhD doesn't mean anything. It allows me to teach here and get paid handsomely by doing only half the work that I would have had to do in the real life. In fact, technically speaking, probably one third. Because when I was in the industry, my short weeks were 60 hours. As soon as my first son was born, I said, okay, I'm quitting. I did my PhD and became a professor here. All right, let's go to class roster. This is a classroom management software I developed during this break. A lot of stuff, we're going to handle it. I'll teach you some of the Excel skills behind this, not all of it. If you guys are into it, I could actually do, we could determine some sort of time, maybe Tuesday, late afternoons. I can actually teach you some advanced Excel skills. Complete the voluntary. All right, let's get the rosters. I wanted to do this on purpose here to show you the power of this. I just have to pick the folder. Gets all the pictures in that folder that I saved ahead of time. Now I have a list with your pictures, okay? Now I'm gonna go to my roster file or attendance file. I set it up so that it automatically gets any updates on the roster, and we can do the attendance here. Let's add today to the list of dates. Then I can go to class mode, allows me to do it a little bit bigger. In the morning, we're gonna be basically doing attendance every day. But today, as I mark your attendance, I also want you to briefly introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? Unless that information is classified. And what's your major? Why did you pick that major? And what do you want to be when you grow up? Again, if that information may be classified or need to know. All right. And every day as your name comes up, you'll see your cumulative statistics. Okay. So if you believe that I marked you absent too many times, let me know. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe you had excuses that you haven't let me know. By the way, don't give me excuses for the second week of the semester on the last week of the semester. If you're going to bring excuses about your absences, obviously you're more than welcome. Just do it on a somewhat timely manner. Because if you give me 5 excuse signatures from your doctor on the last week, I'm gonna think that that doctor is your girlfriend or boyfriend, or your mother or your father. I don't know. So do it on a timely manner. Okay, Jonathan Allen. By the way, I am a surgeon with numbers. I have a freakishly good memory about stuff. I'm horrible with names. Depending upon the case, I may assign you a nickname. with your approval, of course. So I may go with that. And right now, I don't know what your nickname is going to be yet, but I'll find something. Okay, Jonathan, go ahead.
I'm from Northern California, so not the part that's currently on fire. It's also a very old picture of me when I started here.
Oh, by the way, if you don't have it, these are pictures from EKU Direct. A, if you don't like that picture, or B, you don't have a picture, please email me a JPEG so that I can import it here and show that one. If you don't have a picture, I'm going to put some sort of comic book character in there because I don't want to leave it blank. So you may not like the comic book character I picked. Go ahead.
I plan to do, so I'm an accounting major, so I plan to do managerial accounting. The end goal is CFO or something like that.
Okay.
Start small, just be cost accounting.
Did you think about maybe double majoring with finance?
I did. I didn't see a lot of benefit to it for where I'm going.
Are you going to take the CMA exam?
I plan to.
Do you know that half of the exam is finance?
I did know that. It was off of studying, and they have their own classes to lead up to CMA, but I'll take the CPA first.
Okay. Oh, you're going to go CPA route first.
Just to get the
Okay.
certification.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, I always tell people I'm a surgeon with numbers, Excel, and all sorts of stuff. Had I chosen to do so, I would have made one of the greatest CPAs that you could find. But I probably would have eaten my own gun, and I don't even own a gun because it's not me. Okay, pick something that is you. If you can, if CPA is you, fine. You know, if you're gonna do corporate and CPA, fine. But CPA and doing people's taxes, make sure you don't buy a gun. Um, Unfortunately, I do own a Tento, which is a ceremonial Japanese knife for samurais, with which you commit your seppuku. A Japanese warrior never uses a tanto in battle. Tanto is short one. The only purpose is to open yourself up. Then you have a second. Your second chops your head off with your katana. Do you guys know the reason for that? What? Huh? No, no, you commit seppuku because of dishonor. But why is your second, the person that you designate, chops your head off as soon as you open yourself up? Because as soon as you open yourself up, you paid for your dishonor. You are no longer dishonorable, so you don't deserve to suffer. Hence, your second chops your head off with a katana. If you, anybody here watched The Man in the High Castle? It's an interesting little show on Amazon Prime. It's a what if kind of scenario. What if Nazis actually came up with the A bomb before the Americans did? Of course, they invade America. Japanese invade the Pacific states. Yada yada yada. There's a scene where one of the Japanese officers they failed to prevent an assassination attempt on the crown prince. So the guy who was responsible for security commits seppuku. You see the whole thing over there. Huh? The Man in High Castle. By the way, Japanese never call it harakiri. Okay, it is called seppuku. I don't know what harakiri is. It's something Americans came up with, I guess. All right. Let's Isaac Eschenbrenner.
I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. I'm a finance major, and I'm looking to, I'm not 100% sure which field of finance I want to go into yet, but either the banking side or something to do with personal finance.
Okay. Whether you do banking or personal finance, it may not be a bad idea to double up with RMI. And I have probably recruited half of our RMI majors that way. I'm somewhat of an expert designing a schedule A lot of times doesn't even cost you a semester because doubling with finance and RMI typically requires 3 or 4 extra courses. That's about it. It's creative overloads. You may even finish at the same time. If you end up being my advisee, you're going to get that advice anyway, but you don't have to be. During the semester, come to me if you want to kind of work a plan. We can do so. I'm not saying this just to make you work harder, which is in and of itself pleasurable, but remember, you're not coming out of Harvard, okay? If you come out of Harvard, you could be a major in paleontology, you could be hired at a bank. Doesn't matter because they know you're trainable because you have the pedigree. In fact, when you go apply for a job, a finance major from EKU, a finance major from UK. I got my PhD from UK in finance. I know for a fact that finance program sucks. Okay. They don't like me when I say this, but hey, I graduated. What are they going to do to me? Get my degree back? Renounce me, please. Anyway, so I'm an employer in Kentucky. I see those 2 resumes. You're from UK and Aschenbrenner. Are you of German descent by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner is from EKU. I'm going to hire you if I'm indifferent between you two. Why? Because UK has pedigree. Well, they have basketball. That doesn't mean you're any better finance person, but hey, familiarity is important. People have biases like that. So you got to give them something to think about. Okay, you don't want to lose to this person. So what are you going to do? You're going to say, I'm going to signal my quality. In economics, there is something called signaling theory. It's a way of communicating information to other people under so-called asymmetric information, which means I know more about myself than you could ever know about me. But how do I communicate that to you? That's called signaling. For a signal to be credible, because I can say anything. I can say, I have 100 miles an hour pitch. I have a great knuckleball. But without actually showing it to you, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, words are cheap. So signals to be credible, they need to be costly. If you're doing a double major, that is something costly. Okay? Not only you're showing them, well, you got to consider me. I know more stuff. I'm a bank. I'm a bank. I'm going to hire somebody. Yeah, you're a finance person, but you may even be one of our banking majors. But I also know that you know insurance, which means you can sell insurance products to my clients. It's not like the old days before this was 1989, I think. No, 1998. There was an act called Glass-Steagall Act. Banks could only do banking. Banks could not sell insurance products.